Often on a Sunday, I like to have a little slice or pie with the family. Come on over, we'll have a pie. We'll pretend we're Italian.
Tina.
I need to have a drink, excuse me. It's very upsetting.
I mean, 72% is a lot of Italian. The Luminous Life podcast is a show all about beauty without the BS. We're beauty business OGs, and we know that the secret to looking good is feeling great. We'll question beauty standards and share the behind the scenes of running a beauty business that puts your beauty first. Dina, thank you for bringing pizza. We knew if you came with something in your hands, it was going to be friggin' delicious.
Obviously.
What did you bring?
So I would like to say that I've lived in Bergen County my entire life, almost 53 years, which is kind of fucked up.
Go,
'cause
girl.
I don't feel that old. And I had no idea that La Gondola existed in Ramsey.
Until?
I feel a little slighted. That's a really good question. Someone recently told me, and so now I'm sort of mildly obsessed and go often. And it is the greatest pizza in this area that I've ever had.
By far.
I co-signed that statement.
Yeah, I know. I had to tell you guys
Yeah.
about it. Like,
Yes.
Are you kidding?
When we were up in Mawa, you had told me to go, and we finally got to go, and I was like, this is the greatest pizza I've ever had in my
Well,
entire
I was a
life.
little nervous to tell you about it, being that you're like hardcore Italian, like maybe a notch above me, which we can talk about also.
We'll figure all that out.
Well, because I just recently did 23andMe, and I'm also feeling like a little slighted by my percentage Italian.
Tell us
Yeah.
right now. Tell us right now.
Well, I called my parents and actually asked them if I was adopted.
Dina.
Yeah, I'm a little upset about it. So,
Are you not as Italian as you thought you were?
No, and it's fucked up.
Dina, what?
I know. I honestly called my parents. I'm like, I don't know why you guys haven't told me that like I got switched in the hospital at birth. So my mom, born in Italy, right? Like thinking I'm full blooded, like dad, like both my all my grandparents, like legit, right? Michael and my stepdaughter get their results first. My stepdaughter's 86% Italian. Michael's 82% Italian.
No.
I am 72% Italian.
That's still a lot of Italian.
No,
If you think you're 100%.
Yeah, no. I mean, nobody's 100% anything, but 72.
72.
Like my
still
whole
a
entire
lot.
life, I have been tooting I am 100% Italian.
Yeah, you're like
And I
Arthur
felt-
Avenue Italian.
Yeah, Arthur Avenue. Like my people. Like
Yeah,
they're making
yeah.
cannoli on the corner. And
Yeah.
here I am.
So what else are you?
So there's like 11% Balkan and Greek. So that's like, I don't even know what that means.
that's kind of
That makes
yeah,
sense.
right
It
there.
makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like Italian.
So I'm like 88%, I guess, European, and there's some other mishmash in there, but I'm not really happy about it. And I certainly don't want to talk about it because it's kind of upsetting. So I called my parents. They happened to both be sitting at the kitchen table that day. And I was like, you guys have got to be kidding me. Like,
No.
are you both my parents? Did something
No.
happen?
Lies,
Yeah, I was
yeah.
a little upset about it. So, 72.
So are
What
you
was
making-
their react? I'm curious what their reaction was. Were they
Well,
like, oh,
my-
it's not real?
No, my
Or-
dad laughed. He's like, it's your mother's fault. He's like, her family, they got diluted somewhere along the way. Even though, like, they came through Ellis Island. There's, like,
The whole thing.
names on the wall.
Yeah.
Yep. 72.
Wait, so are you making everybody get the 23andMe?
I mean, well, do I really need any further validation that I'm, like, not even, like, really Italian?
You're 3/4 Italian.
It's not enough.
It's not enough.
At 52 3/4, I needed to know that I was more than 72% Italian.
Wow.
And this is bullshit.
It's crazy how it can like mess with your identity
really
a little
does.
bit. But I got to tell you, to us, you're quintessential Italian, and to us, we will always take a food recommendation from you, no matter what.
Oh, yeah, right?
Yep.
Like, I like to call myself a self-professed foodie. So, La Gondola, like, there's some good pizza in our area. We've got Pizzeria Mandara and Wyckoff, delish, if you haven't gone.
Haven't
You
gone.
need to try. Like,
Okay, will.
Really, really good. But La Gondola is legit. I'm a little upset they're closed on Sundays because often on a Sunday, I like to have a little slice or pie with the family. Come on over, we'll have a pie. We'll pretend we're Italian.
Tina.
I need to have a drink, excuse me. It's very upsetting.
I mean, 72% is a lot of
It
Italian.
is.
Would you ever do it?
Marcella,
Would you ever
I
do
know, I
it?
think I have
I
to.
guarantee you're more Italian than me.
I'm going to do it now just to find out.
You need to, and we need to talk
If
about it.
I'm not, I'm going to call you. I'm going to need a moment. I don't know if I'll tell
I
people
need a
for
moment.
a little bit.
You can call me. We can have a moment together.
Imagine.
This is not.
No, I
It's
will.
not good.
Well, my friend Gina, she thought she was half Italian, half Spaniard. Turns out she's a little bit Italian and a lot of Japanese.
What? Talk about going from meatballs to sushi.
I know.
What is that?
I know. And the strange thing is, she's always had like an affinity for Japanese things.
Well, there you go.
Food,
No way.
art. Yes.
Maybe you should get her a kimono for her birthday.
She's got it all already.
She does?
We're like, this
Samurai.
strangely fits. This strangely fits. But no,
Interesting.
it definitely has like a way of, messing.
It has a way of
messing
screwing with you.
with-
Because, like,
yeah.
your whole, you think, like, you're something, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait a second. I mean, obviously, I'm still Italian.
I'm
but
like literally
I know.
Mostly
3/4
Italian.
Italian.
Yeah.
Mostly
Mostly by
Italian.
a lot.
Yeah.
I know mostly by a lot.
All
But
right.
my husband, whose mom is half German, I was like, oh, he's definitely less Italian than me. And so here we go. He's 82%. I'm like, I don't, like, this is not okay. So I'll get over it. Like, we'll work our way through it. Maybe I'll have a cocktail. I'll, whatever. I'll cry over a slice. Everything will be fine. We'll be okay.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're here. We've been looking forward to this interview a lot, especially Marcella.
I know. You make me laugh all the time. And I love your dynamic because you guys have been friends for a really long time.
Yeah. Well, I know I've known you since before Soph was born.
Yeah.
And she's
long
going to be
time.
17?
She's going to be 17. So
Like 18 years probably?
2005. I think it's 20 years. Because I started working at Aesthetically Yours in 2005.
Yeah, I don't think I started seeing you right off the rip.
No, but you were there.
I was there.
And your mom used to go
My
every
mom,
week.
my
And
mom.
so I knew, like people tell stories about their family. So I knew of you.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, what was the first service I ever did on
Well, I mean, let's cut the chase. You did a Brazilian. So talk about getting friendly really fast.
you?
Hey, here I am and
Wow.
happy baby.
Yeah. I loved giving women their first
Oh
Brazilian.
my God, Jesus. I mean, come on. It wasn't my first.
Oh, good.
Oh, no.
Oh, and you stuck with me?
I did.
I love that.
Because I love you.
I
So if
know.
you want to pull every hair out of my area, like knock yourself out. Like I don't care.
Yeah.
But that's how we started.
That's
It
how
was
we started.
Yeah. I
So-
think we did brows and Brazilian.
And then lashes came?
Nope. Facials.
Yeah,
Facials.
probably
Makeup.
a few facials, some makeup, and then I am happy to say I am an OG Erica lash girl. When lashes like literally went in 42 different directions, like spider web activity
And
on
hurt.
your eye, hurt. Like if
Hurt.
it would land in your eye, like you're cutting your cornea.
No,
Like,
yeah, you're like, oh, I'm maimed. Like, I'm
yeah,
gonna
I need the
lose
eye doctor. Like help me.
Yes, because there was no volume then, and the lash
No.
thicknesses were 0.25.
Oh my God.
So the thickest lash that we use now is 0.07.
Seven, yeah.
Oh wow.
So that's literally, I don't know.
They've
I don't
come
know
a
the
long
math.
way.
Yeah.
A long way. And the fact that you hung in there past eyes being glued, like past the painful
Yeah,
lashes.
like redness and like, at the end, the burning,
Yeah.
you got the fan and the
Yeah.
spritz or whatever you were doing. Yeah.
But I think also we got along very well. There was definitely some things that like bonded us. I think
Yes.
we loved beauty,
Yep.
but both weren't feeling very beautiful at the time.
And lashes made me feel beautiful.
Yeah.
They did. And they still do. I mean, 2009 is when I think I started lashing.
Yeah.
And so we're talking like 16 years now.
Yeah.
And there has only been one time in 16 years, COVID,
Yeah.
that I didn't have lashes, and it was devastating.
Yeah.
And I felt naked and just ugly, and it was sad. But even like when you transitioned out of Aesthetically Yours, and you were kind of like on your own for a bit, you'd come to my house.
That's right.
I think I was like on my bed, like hanging backwards like
That's
a
right.
bat, and
That's
you were,
right.
yeah, it was good stuff.
slinging lashes. And then in that little room at Eric Alt Salon.
Oh my God! Like if you sneeze, like forget about it.
Yeah. Like I was in the tiniest room.
It was the tiniest room on the
Really?
planet.
the tiniest room. But like we always had a bond because we could real talk.
Yes.
I love Italian culture because all I want to be is invited to dinner at
I know.
Marcella's house. Right?
Well, you should because she's probably more Italian than I am.
I'm gonna
There's
find
gonna be
out. I'm gonna
braciole
let you
and
know.
broccoli rabe.
But now I just want to be invited to dinner at Dina's house because now her and Michael, first of all, Italian to the moon.
Oh
and
my
they
God!
cook.
He looks like
I
Stanley
know.
Tucci, my
looks
husband.
like
Quintessential
Stanley-
Italian couple. I
And-
love it.
Quintessential, yeah.
And they cook like it's nobody's
We
business.
do, but you know what? Like, I feel like we've talked about going out and doing like a girls' night, but you guys should come over to my house and like let's have
would love
homemade
that.
pasta.
I would
Homemade
love that, Dina.
pasta.
We make beautiful fettuccine.
But I want to help you cook. Like, teach
Oh,
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not me.
Let's do it.
I just want to take it in through osmosis, all the Italianness.
Are you going to be picky about like
Nope.
what's happening? Because I
Nope.
know you got some weird things with
Yeah.
like ricotta.
It
or-
doesn't
true?
matter. No, it's
You
true.
don't like it?
Well,
Wait a second. You don't know this?
No.
yeah.
There's like
I've
a
got
cream
like
cheese
texture things.
texture thing.
But when
Okay.
I love the person, I'll
You'll
eat
sacrifice
whatever.
the
yeah.
eating?
And also to like be in the vibe of it.
Yeah.
Because you guys, I really like feel like I wish that I was Italian. I wish I had one of those long last names with a vowel at the end, you know, an I
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
an Like,
Yeah. I mean, I
that's-
went from Santarelli to Roselli. Like, hello.
Oh my God.
Like,
so good.
we got a lot going on.
That's so
it's
good.
beautiful.
Yeah.
So I kept the Ellie, but it like abbreviated a little bit.
So you grew up in
I grew up in Montvale.
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 When-
I know you probably don't know where that
I
is because
know.
you're geographically challenged.
knows.
Wait, listen. First of all, Dina knows me so well.
It's
Tell,
fascinating.
I don't know where I am.
Never.
Ever.
And I'm like, dude, like there's GPS. Like remember MapQuest and
Yeah.
you'd be like flipping pages
Yeah.
on your dashboard?
Yeah.
Like now you just plug it in.
But I just put it in, but I don't follow, like, I don't know the streets or
yeah,
whatever.
see, you need to have awareness. You can't just
Homegirl
plug it in.
knows
I
where
think
she
you
is.
told me that recently. You're like, yeah, I don't know. I just
don't
plug
know.
it in.
Yeah.
You gotta,
never
you gotta
know.
look.
Dina knows every road, every back
No.
road. Well, that's probably what makes you awesome at your job, too.
I have always had a love of maps, which is kind of dorky to say, but like ever since I started in commercial real estate, I have an obsession. Like back in the day, it was like the Rand McNally map. I had like the whole entire friggin' country. Then I had every county, and I loved maps. So I always loved like figuring out where I was going and how am I going to get there and what other roads can I take to get there. So it's
And
like
she
a
has
thing.
a wicked memory.
I do.
I know.
Like
I do.
it's a steel trap. She will remember. She remembers my mom's birthday.
well,
she,
it's the day before mine.
No, but still, not everybody will remember that.
Well, you know, us Leos, it's kind of hard not, you know,
I know.
it's like a weird thing.
I know the sun and the,
sun and
center of the
or
universe
lion,
thing, and
you know, the whole thing. Yeah.
So I never know where I am, but Dina. Oh, and Dina would be like, "Oh, let's go to whatever." I'd be like, "How am I getting there?" She'd be like, "You take the this
you
to the
looked
that."
at me honestly like a deer in headlights.
Yeah.
You're like, I have no idea what you're saying. Is that in Bergen County? I'm like, oh, for crying
Oh,
out loud.
wow.
It's really true.
Like honest to, and you grew up in Bergen County. It's
Yeah.
not like
Yeah.
we're talking foreign land here.
Yeah,
it's like,
no.
you know, 10 miles to the west.
But you know what I'm realizing, like with my mom. So I know you know, but my mom has Alzheimer's or whatever. My mom's still really good with like, she'll be like, "Turn here. It's right down that street." And I'm like, how does she know that? She doesn't know the name of the street, but she knows based on whatever is on the corner. My mom will go as far as being like, "There's a little church over there. If the kids are playing outside, that's the right street. But if they're not, go one more. There's another church
wow.
with kids playing outside, and that's where you want to make
That's
the
a lot
left."
to have to think
I
about.
know, but I don't know why. It just and it's always worked for
It
her in that way,
clicks.
and it's still that part is still clicking
That
for
part
her.
clicks, yeah.
Yeah.
So I grew up in Montvale.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've lived in Bergen County my entire life, with the exception of like 6 years I lived in Secaucus or Secaucus, depends on
How do you say it?
Secaucus.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, me too. But I think people
Secaucus.
from Secaucus
Say
Secaucus.
Caucus.
Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, there was like this whole thing on the Jersey Shore. Remember Ronnie's?
He got arrested.
He got arrested in Secaucus. So I worked there like forever with my dad, and I lived there for 6 years. And quite frankly, growing up in Bergen County and living in Secaucus for 6 years, I might as well have lived in Siberia because nobody visited me. I was like, this sucks. It was like I was in an isolated peninsula.
It's not easy to get to.
It's really on the edge of Bergen County.
Not that hard.
I mean, so like where you grew
South
up, you're not
Hackensack,
far.
it's not far. It's
you're
like 15 minutes.
if that.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe 10.
10, which
Yeah.
we can talk about South Hackensack and Clemency Bakery, delicious. Another plug. Oh
Yes.
my God.
Lena is a dear friend of mine.
Oh,
my
my
God.
God.
I know. Watch
Wait
Gina's
a
mind
second.
She
explode.
listens. I hope she's listening right
Wait
now.
a second. Does she have blonde hair?
No, her cousin does though.
What's her cousin's name?
Julia.
I think so.
She
So
works
there's like these whole group of women I
love
follow
them.
on Instagram, like Rita, Kachina Palermo, and the people from Carlo's Bakery.
Yeah. Oh,
and
they're
they're
all
all
friends.
friends. And
Yes.
I want to
And
be
it's
part of their
genuine.
group.
Okay, I'll talk to Lena.
I want to
Lena,
go.
if you're listening,
Marcella's
you
got
gotta
the
bring Dina.
hookup.
Yeah,
I want to go. My grandmother used to work at Clementi. They know her. She used to wear the register.
Oh, Dina, we're going.
Wait,
Yeah.
I have the chills because this is so Italian.
I know.
And I'm in the
You
middle
want
of
the
it.
gabagool.
I want the gabagool. I just want to be around it.
No, it's
I
so
know.
I
cool.
literally have
I
the
know.
chills.
I talk about food and Italian, whatever, and I get the chills.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
The bread is beautiful.
Yeah.
And Dina, for as long as I've known you, you cook.
I cook.
Like, no joke.
Yeah, but I mean, I was single for a really long time, and so cooking when you're by yourself is like underwhelming and
But
depressing.
you still did it.
I did because, well, I mean, in my fatty boobalati moments, I'd like drive through Wendy's and Burger King and just eat sorrowfully in my car and had like mayonnaise dripping down my chin because it was
you
delicious.
wish.
No, I swear to God.
You are an elegant woman. I cannot imagine that.
Have you seen me? We just ate pizza and it was in my hair. You're like, Deansy, you got crumbs over there. I eat, and Michael, my husband, is always like, Tina, there's like lettuce. You've got like, how did you get like mayonnaise near your ear? I'm like, I don't know. I love to eat, and I get so excited. It's flying everywhere.
You do. And you so now you cook a lot.
We do cook a lot.
But you've always cooked before.
yeah, but now I met my match. Like I met my
Tell us.
This makes me so
I
happy.
met my match. Oh my God. So years and years and years, as you know, because you've known me forever. You actually have known me like the whole duration of like my hardcore singledom, with
Yeah.
the exception of a boyfriend whose name shall remain nameless.
Who's
because
that?
You didn't fancy him.
Yeah, ew.
Ew.
You know who you are.
You know.
Ew.
He's
yeah,
probably-
she's on the podcast. Mhm. I made direct eye contact with the camera.
Yeah. You know who you are.
Yeah.
Um,
You're nobody.
It's a true friend right there.
what'd you say?
I said you're nobody.
Yeah, you're nobody. You're dead to me. Okay. You're dead to me. So, devastating, like turned 40, 2 days after, breaks my heart, think like my world is over. I'm like, what am I going to do at 40? Like, I don't have kids. Like, where is this going? Years and years and years of online dating, which quite frankly, I don't know if like you're in that arena or
I'm
what
trying
you're
not to.
Yeah, I
be.
know.
I'm single and I'm trying not to get on
It's
the apps.
really it's mental fuckery,
Yeah.
honestly, because so many people are not genuine and authentic, and then the bullshit they put online, and then you meet them, and then I got into this like weird phase where I'd like be having a conversation, and I'd be like, oh, we'd be talking about something random like Himalayan pink sea salt. I know, like a weird thing. And the guy would be like, I don't know what that is. I'm like, fuck this. I got to get out of here.
Yeah,
Like, how do you not know what that
It's
is?
discouraging.
It's a beautiful salt for cooking. And you don't know. Like, forget it. Like, where is this going? You probably made green bean casserole. Like, this is disgusting.
Oh my,
Delicious, though. Love. Who doesn't love green bean casserole?
me. I don't love
I don't
green
think
bean
I've ever
casserole,
had it.
but
Well,
it is.
I know. We didn't grow up eating
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
but,
yeah.
like, slap on some French onion thingy on top. Anyway.
Patrick and I just had this conversation the other day. If we were online dating, if we were on the apps, we never would have matched. Because on paper, we don't make any sense. We don't have the same interests. We don't have the same hobbies. Like, we just wouldn't have made any sense. So how did it happen for
So,
you?
I mean, you just, every time you'd match with somebody, you'd be hopeful. And then I was very clear on what I wanted. I didn't want, I think you know this from the person who shall remain nameless.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of children, little children,
Okay.
not my jam. So I didn't want anybody with younger kids. And, I was in my mid to late 40s and I was like, I just don't want this. And I remember this guy messaging me and he was like, I have 3 sons under the age of 10 and 2 have ADD.
Wow.
And I'm pretty sure it was like swipe in the wrong direction. Like, are you kidding me? ADD, 3 boys, shoot me.
Right.
So
Under 10.
under
That's a
10.
lot.
Yeah.
I got to drive a minivan. I'm taking you to soccer practice. Like, what is happening?
Not the
like,
life
there's
for you.
nothing about this that seems cute. So one night it was COVID, and I remember my therapist, Dave. We can give him a shout out because he's been my OG therapist for
We've
like
shared
over a decade.
therapists.
We've shared
Yeah.
therapists, and he's like, it doesn't matter that it's COVID. You still got to put your foot forward. I was like, fine. Like dating was weird during COVID. Like, where do you go? What do you do? I'm eating in a parking lot. Like, you can't touch me. I got a mask. But one Saturday night, it was October 3rd, 2020, and I was like 8 o'clock at night, and I swiped on this guy. And the funny thing is, I had seen him on Hinge, was my site. I'd seen him once before. I was like, there's no way this guy's going to like me. He's like way too hot, and he's going to think like, Well,
That's crazy.
I got issues.
I gotta say that.
Yeah.
All right,
That
but
is
I got
crazy.
issues.
Okay.
I think we both, like we all know, Dina's got issues. So I saw him again, and that night, and I swiped on his face. Within 6 minutes, he swiped back, and we started messaging back and forth, and it was really good. And he was like, "I'm gonna jump in the shower. Is it okay if I call you?" And then it was like, you know me, I'm not shy. I love to talk. I could talk to this wall probably for the next 6 hours and have a fabulous conversation.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, what are we going to talk about? And we talked from 9 till 3:30 in the morning. It was the most magical conversation ever. It was seamless. There was never a time where we didn't have something to talk about. And so during the conversation, he's like, have you ever heard of Uncle Giuseppe's? I'm like, is he fucking kidding? Like, I'm Italian. I live in Bergen County. I went to the grand opening. I kind of wanted to get a job in the pastry department. Maybe the meatballs. I like meatballs better than cannoli. And he was like, I sing there. I'm like, well, what do you mean you sing there? Then I'm like thinking, like, does this guy have a job? Like, is he's just like a singer with a guinea tea? Like, I don't know if I can handle this.
Who says skinny tea?
Well, he wears them, and I'm like, I don't know.
Right.
And of course, I was like, yes. He's like, well, I'm singing there tomorrow. Do you want to meet afterwards? And I was like, sure.
Wow, let's make this real life.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
So he finishes Uncle Giuseppe's. He has to wear like his Italian waiter outfit, black and white. And he changed in the parking lot of like CVS in Midland Park. And he showed up at my door with a bottle of delicious Pinot Noir. And we ordered a pizza from Pizzeria Mandara, delish, and we watched The Star Is Born, and we had the greatest night ever. And honestly, from that night moving forward, it was like pure, like I think we knew very soon. Like,
Did you know in that moment, or like
I
that might have
didn't
been
know-
too soon?
I didn't know in that moment.
You
He
knew,
kind of
like,
laughs. He slept over. Don't worry, nothing happened. I had gone apple picking that day, and I was dressed like Nanook of the North with like like if that doesn't make any sense, I had on like a puffer
Layers.
vest
Yeah.
and like a turtleneck.
Yeah.
And he slept over, and I slept like this in my Arctic suit.
All right.
He was like, "You had on like armor, like
A chastity belt.
Nothing was
Right,
getting in there. Nothing was getting in there." And yeah, that was it. Like,
And you came to Luminous, I want to say 3 days after that. You walked in with completely different energy.
I did.
You walked in and you like put your bag down and you were like, I met somebody and I think this is really
I
different.
met the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met the guy.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Like, wait, what?
and you know, you hear,
Yeah.
we just met. They had known each other like a
7
week.
minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's saying he's the guy, and I'm like, oh God.
Oh, you're like, Dina.
Oh God, Dina, don't set yourself up for this. Don't set-
Deansy.
Deansy, deep breaths, Deansy. And we were talking about Dave, the therapist, saying like, you know, take it easy, see how you feel, blah
I
blah
don't
blah.
listen to therapy very well sometimes. We went right in.
But I think it was a different part of you
It was.
that like I feel like it was like more of an intuitive part of you that was
it was.
responding to this.
Well, I think honestly, I'm a big fan of therapy. I think everybody belongs in therapy in
Yeah.
some capacity. I think
Amen.
we all have stuff that we deal with. And so therapy and mental health is like super important. And from when the guy who shall remain nameless, until I met Michael, I have gone on a journey to better myself because I have a lot of self-awareness of where my flaws are. And listen, none of us are perfect, but like I'm able to look in the mirror and like know where I need to like grow and shift and work. And it's a constant evolving process. Like it's not like it just stopped. It keeps going. Even now, like even though I'm with Michael and it's almost 5 years, like I still go every other week. It's super important to me. And I think I was ready for Michael because of the journey and like my growth. And then I know, right? Like who would have thought?
I mean, I think you're especially hard on yourself, right? And I know
am.
that that's one of those things that you work on. But that's why it's so easy to be your friend and so lovely to be your friend because you are so self-aware and because we can see each other on the street and say, hey, where you going? I'm going for pizza. Okay, I'm going for there too. Deans, I'm feeling really shitty lately. Me too. And you just go in and there is no judgment.
No.
And there's like a little reminder like, hey, take it easy. Like,
Yeah. Don't be
good
so
to
hard.
you.
Yeah,
Don't be so hard on yourself.
self-deprecating.
But it's really nice to be able to talk to somebody like that, especially when it comes to beauty. Like people think we're in a beauty business, so we all must feel beautiful, but we have our days. And it took me a long time to feel worthy of even saying that I felt
100%.
beautiful.
Yes, I'm in alignment with you.
Where are you at with your journey to beauty? Like,
So I think part of it I've always struggled with weight since college. Like weight has been a really big like albatross around my neck for a really long time. And I think I've associated weight with not feeling beautiful.
Sure.
That like the minute you walk into a room, the judgment in it is you're overweight, you're not beautiful, you're not smart. Like I attach so many negative comments to weight. That I felt like I wasn't being my authentic self. And, you know, even meeting Michael and I gained a bunch of weight. Like I got married at a point where I was like, I look at pictures, I'm like, dude, you really should have got your shit together. Like I was really upset with where I was at, but now I've lost some weight. I'm feeling on top of the world. Like my confidence is boosted huge. And
do you think your confidence is boosted because of the weight loss?
Yeah, partially because I've met this man who like adores me. And I didn't think that was even possible. So if you lose hope,
She's gonna, yeah.
no, but if you
Yeah,
lose
no,
hope or you feel deflated,
Yeah.
like don't, because I didn't meet Michael till I was like 48. Not that I'm saying you have to wait.
I
till you're
appreciate you
48.
saying that,
But
though. It is nice to hear that it doesn't have to happen at 22 or 25 or 16, or it can happen at any age. And I remember hearing that you got engaged and then seeing you, and I was like, this is gonna be so fucking weird because I gotta hold it together. But I got like emotional. I was
Yeah.
like, I hope she doesn't think I'm a weirdo.
No,
But it was
I love you like my little sister.
Okay.
You're so cute. You're more Italian, but that's fine. Well, to be determined, but I think you probably
we'll see
are.
about that. But like, it was just so nice to see that you were truly in love and like you found your person, and everybody's got a different timeline. And I even appreciate you sharing now about like, it is a roller coaster, right? Like you are still in therapy. There are things like it never fully, I want to say, goes away. It comes and goes in different ways, and we learn to love ourselves in different ways.
We do.
So.
We're like two imperfect souls who have blended our lives together. And it's just like I couldn't imagine. Like part of my vows while I was sobbing, and I know you guys watched them because
Yes, I was gonna. I wanted to say
we
live
live streamed it.
Yeah,
We live streamed it. Was like I finally met my knight in shining armor. Like I know this man has my back. I know that no matter what, on my worst day, he will always have my back, and that's pretty friggin' awesome. And he makes me feel beautiful all the time. But coming to Luminous, you guys always make me feel beautiful. Like I've cried many a time in these walls, in a Luminous wall.
Yeah.
Like just feeling overwhelmed with just beauty here. Because you guys are so genuine and authentic. And
I mean, we're literally climbing on top of you to try and get a picture of you because you're so beautiful.
okay, first of all, you guys climb on me like a weird dry hump of my thigh. So I mean, I let you. And I'm okay
There's
with that.
consent, yeah.
Yeah, I consented.
We're like,
but-
Danzy, we got to get your cheekbone. Turn your face.
No, like,
Danzy,
I remember
blink.
one day, like your leg was really coming up there. I
Literally.
was like, listen, I love you, but like, I don't
Like,
know.
we don't do that. Right.
I mean, if you want. I mean, it's 2025. Like, if that's part of like what's happening, rock on, girl.
No. I am so inspired by how honest you are about this. I had a conversation recently with Shannon, you know, Shannon.
Of course.
And we were talking about how sometimes it takes so long to get to that point where you like feel beautiful, and it takes a lot of work, a lot of reflection. What did you feel like when you were a kid? And what did your parents say to you? And what were the family messages of beauty? But then something can shift.
Yes.
And it, I'm glad that it was Michael for you.
It was. I mean, I grew up, my dad, who's a very mushy, emotional
Oh my gosh,
guy,
is he?
would always tell me, like, you look beautiful today. So I always had that growing up from him, but that's my dad. Like,
Her dad has energy like your dad has energy. Like you can feel like the sweetheart.
oh, like the heart is wide open on the sleeve.
Yeah. Yeah.
But growing up, you're like, that's your dad. Like, he's supposed
Yeah.
to tell you you're beautiful. And if he thinks you're ugly, like, that's fucked
But
up.
I think like you're saying, like when for me, I know I can speak personally, when you're overweight, like the world is telling you the opposite.
Yes.
And so, but interestingly enough, for me, you know, I talk publicly about being on weight loss medication and having lost weight. It has not affected how I feel about my beauty.
No?
No, I don't think it's been it like in terms of how I feel about beauty. I don't think it's made me feel beautiful to lose weight. Many
Interesting.
other things have made me feel beautiful, but
Well, I
Not
too
the
am
weight
on
loss.
a GLP. I've
Oh,
been
okay.
for 2 years.
Okay.
So I remember not that long ago, because I didn't know you were doing it.
Yeah.
And we were talking.
Yeah.
And it was actually, it's just fantastic to be able to talk and like really resonate with what someone else is saying. And you were like, Deansy, do you remember like going to eat French fries and you would glom like an entire handful and jam them in your face because you couldn't wait to get the French fries in. And now I have like 3 French fries and I want to throw up.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the whole dynamic of how you eat is totally different.
Which that part is what makes feeling quote unquote normal is what makes me feel beautiful.
Yeah.
Like if I wasn't on a GLP-1, I could not be sitting here with this box of pizza here right now because
yeah.
I would not be
I'd be
able to,
licking the box.
Yeah, I would not be able to be focused on the conversation, which is the other thing that has really helped to make me feel beautiful. Not the weight loss, but to realize that it wasn't my fault.
Right.
That there is some sort of chemical imbalance, some kind of addiction, some
sure.
kind of something that the GLP-1 helps me kind of calm down. But the weight loss in itself hasn't been, it's always like people are always like, they can't appreciate themselves at their current weight, right? They're always looking at themselves year before, the years before. I don't know that it's weight loss that will make people feel beautiful. I do think it's part of it is being around women that are honest and good.
And it's important to be honest. But as I maybe plug partially what I do for a living.
Yeah.
So I am a commercial real estate broker and I focus on shopping center, retail. I've been doing it for a long time. And I work in a very male-dominated industry. And so part of it is like that going into a meeting and having to feel confident that I know what I'm talking about, I know what's going on, like I can get a deal done. But when you're so overwhelmed by like how you feel about your weight and you don't feel beautiful and you feel like you're being judged like you can't be smart.
Right.
It's very
Sure.
overwhelming and it's very deflating. And it would
Absolutely.
create like a lot of nervous energy, like going in and feeling like I would want any excuse I could friggin' come up with, like to not go to a meeting. But I can feel now, I mean, I've also been doing this a long time. Like my confidence has completely skyrocketed, but a lot of it has to do with, I think, how I feel in my skin too. Like I walk in and I feel like a fucking badass now.
But you really are a badass. Like even if you didn't want to go to those meetings, it didn't stop you from
I had to
building
go.
an
You
incredible.
can't be a pussy, pardon my friend.
It didn't stop you from building an incredible business and commanding those rooms and having those meetings and all that stuff. You did it.
I did it,
Yeah,
but
if I can say, like, as a person that's, let's say I'm standing in both rooms, I don't know what's going on internally, right? Like, the way you guys talk about, you know, just your relationship with food, I don't see that, right? What I see is 2 beautiful women having a great conversation. So it really, whatever the factor is that takes for you guys, the truth is we're not seeing it. It's all internal.
Yes.
So
It's crazy.
I'm glad that you just feel it. Like
I feel it.
But I've always seen it, Dina. Just so you know, you've always been a badass.
always.
Yeah. And
Stop, don't make
I'm
me
glad
cry.
you know it.
And also, Dina always has the best scoop. I'm going to say gossip.
Oh, God.
Because of the deals that are going on all around.
Yeah, all my friends ask me like, "What's going on at the corner of Maine and Maine?" I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god."
You're like, it's a Costco.
I wish.
Which, by the way, let's talk about our love for Costco. Like,
Oh
we
my
need a field trip there. Like, I go in there and buy shit I don't need.
Yeah. So what's going on in the commercial real estate world? Give me a forecast. I love when you talk business.
Well, I don't know if I can
Feels
give
very
you a
snazzy.
forecast, but we're really busy. So I work for a small, I don't know, should I say
Yeah,
the company name?
why not?
So I work for a small boutique company on Long Island called Sabre Real Estate. I've been there. This month is my 10-year anniversary
Wow,
at Sabre. So it's pretty
congratulations.
exciting.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd be there that long. I just didn't think I'd be anywhere that long just because who knew? And my confidence has like grown significantly over the 10 years. But so I work with amazing people. I love everybody I work with, like to the point where like they can come over anytime. Like we are thick as thieves, super family.
So cool.
Love. We've done things like Friendsgiving and company barbecue, all good stuff. But we focus on working with like major brands like Qdoba or Tropical Smoothie Cafe or Skechers, or we've done a ton of Starbucks work. Not currently, I mean, but we have. So we've represented some really awesome tenants. And I go all over. I'm not just Bergen County centric. I go
No,
down.
you are not.
I go all over the state. I go up into Westchester, Lower Connecticut. I am, you go where you go because, we're 100% commission. So you got to go hunt.
Where's Tropical Smoothie Cafe?
Well,
Hackensack?
There is one in Hackensack. However, my lovely friend of a long time, if you drove, sometimes
Give me the directions.
you would know there's one in Wyckoff and one in Ramsey right now.
You know, Wyckoff's tricky for me. I get lost over
I
there.
know. It's crazy. It's like 2 turns. I know. It's a little nutty.
It's a little nutty.
You know Boulder Run?
Yes.
It's in Boulder Run.
I would say that probably, no, I've been to Wyckoff many times, but some of them were to go to your house. You know, like.
That may or may not be the truth while you're doing my lashes.
Right,
Upside down on my bed. Weird, but
Right,
fine.
right.
Yeah, those are the 2 closest ones here. And good. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
But I'd rather eat pizza. Like,
Have you done
I'm
a pizza
savory girl.
place, like a pizza outfit yet?
So we're working with a concept out of New York City called Emmy Squared. Delish. I think the couple, they're not together anymore, but Ridgewood based, big in the city. They've got stuff all over the country, like Nashville, Vegas. You love.
Yeah, I have
Delicious.
to try. Okay.
So there's this really great place in this city. I can't think of the name of it right now. It is an indoor miniature golf place. So much fun. We did our company Christmas party there. And Emmy Squared is the food purveyor. And it is pizza that you would drool over. Like pizza and burgers. Like those are my 2 things. Like if God said, Dina, you can have 2 things, like something to eat for the rest of your life. It's pizza and cheeseburgers.
Deans, when you're working with these businesses to like place them, a lot of them have started out as small businesses,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yep.
do you get to work with the founders and all of that?
Some of them we do, which is super cool. And we start working with them when they only have a couple of locations, and then we strategize and like create their growth and expansion plan. So we have all sorts of analytics that we use, mapping software, a lot
that's
of like
cool.
mobile GPS data, all sorts of stuff like over my head. Because when I started doing this, like I had a Rand McNally map and a highlighter in my car. Like
Thank you for saying Rand McNally. Probably this is the 3rd time on this podcast, and I just
You don't know
really
Rand
appreciate-
McNally?
No, of course I do.
Oh, I don't know.
She doesn't know
Is it
Rand
the
You
big-
McNally.
don't
is it the
know?
big book?
Oh my God, Marcella. I'm bringing one next time if I can find it. Or
Please.
Hagstrom.
Is it the big book?
No,
I
that's an
remember the book.
atlas.
Yeah.
No,
for
those were the
crying out
maps.
loud.
You
Did it
kept
have
them
a
in the
spiral?
car.
Yes.
It had a spiral. Yeah, I
Yeah,
do
yeah,
remember
yeah,
now.
yeah.
No.
Oh, it was beautiful.
And you'd have to keep them in the car, and
Yeah.
they had like all
You
the
had to.
highways.
They were in my
on-
trunk.
Yes,
And
no,
like a
now I do remember.
ShopRite bag.
Did you know you wanted to go into commercial? Or
I
it
did
just
not.
kind of happened?
I
Okay.
did not. So Papa Santarelli, shout out to the Pops. When I was getting ready to graduate grad school, my dad had some business partners and he owned a company.
Okay.
And I was sort of like, what am I going to do with myself? Like I had this 5-second thought about working on Wall Street, which, went in and out really fast.
yeah.
I also wanted to be an eye doctor, but like, I don't know where that came
good.
from. Yeah, I know, very random, right? And so he was like, hey, when you're going to graduate, if you're going to come work at the company, I think you should work in the real estate department. Like that's the area with the most growth. And I was like, okay. So I worked it was a retail business. We sold dishes, China, Mikasa dishes.
Yeah, I know.
Sea
Yeah.
caucus.
Yeah, I know.
You probably, your family's
Secaucus.
probably had like the wedding favors with the little heart flames back in the day.
Love.
And so I worked there for, I don't know, like 8 years. And I traveled the entire United States and Canada. That was like, I had territories and I would travel looking for new stores. And then him and his partner sold the business. And I was like, what am I going to do with myself? Like I was kind of, I had it like kind of cushy. Like I worked, but it was
Right.
kind of cushy. I worked for my dad. And then I swore I was never going to be a broker because brokers have like a bad rap of being like a used car salesman. And I don't want to be that person. I also, you will find this very hard to believe, and you as well, because you didn't know me then. I was really, really shy. Like,
No
No
way.
way.
I know,
There's no
I
way,
know.
Dina.
It's hard to believe. I know. I don't know what the fuck happened. I must have hit my head. I would not leave my mother's hip. Like, I
way.
was a crybaby wuss. And I didn't come out of my shell till after college. But yeah, so when I left my dad, like when he sold the company and I was like, what am I going to do? I went and got my broker's license and that's what I've been doing. And I honestly love it. I don't wake up any day ever and dread going to work.
It's amazing.
I love my job. I love what I do. It's super exciting. I meet amazing people. And being able to watch a space, like even what you've done here, right? Like go from not so nice and create this amazing opportunity and watch somebody open a business, like it's really awesome. Like it's a nice feeling. So
It's very cool, Dina.
I know, I love it. I love
very,
it.
very cool.
Yeah. I mean, I do, would prefer at some point to like be on the beach, like cracking open high noon cans to people at like a tiki hut, but I'm not.
You'd kill it.
I know, right?
really would, yeah.
With your own like little beach bar.
Oh.
She's like chopping up a nice fruit salad on the
Yeah.
side.
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Maybe a
spike-
charcuterie board.
Maybe a
Yes.
charcuterie. She's making a gourmet popcorn or something.
Mortadella.
Of course. Okay, we got to know what goes into your self-care. Like how do you de-stress? I know you do a lot of cooking, but like
Yeah.
whether you believe it or not, you are gorgeous.
Thank you.
Does it mean that you feel good when you get your services done
Yeah.
or you do?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
when
like-
I leave
Because you're
here-
not a high maintenance
I'm not.
person.
People think I'm high maintenance until they get to know me, and I'm like, I'm really not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I wear
yeah.
Costco jeans. Like, who's high maintenance wearing Costco?
Right,
Like, come
right.
on. Yeah, I leave here and I feel like a rock star.
You're not a big makeup person.
No, and as I've gotten older, I'm like weirdly wearing less. I just don't feel like it.
But you always have the perfect lip gloss on.
I do love a lip gloss.
Yeah. What are you rocking right now?
Oh, it's like NYX.
That's
It's
great.
like Walgreens level.
You know, Kristen Oakley, like drugstore beauty, she just
I like
knows
Elf.
how to pick the
Yeah,
colors.
I don't buy I like a mauve. If I could wear this on my lips,
Right.
I would. I love a mauve.
You got me into the Buxom lip glosses.
yeah.
Is Buxom the brand or is it?
Buxom is Bare Essentials.
Oh, Bare Essentials. You
because it's
me
got
into
that like tingly, like puffer lippy.
like yeah.
Without the Botox. Because I mean, I'm not a person who has any desire to do Botox.
Would you say you're never going to do it?
I don't want to say never say never.
Right.
Because never's a long time.
Right,
But,
right.
I really don't feel like I want to. And my mom's going to be 80 in April. She'll probably be mad that I said that. But she's
Going
clearly not
right.
watching this. She doesn't even have a iPhone, so whatever. I have good genetics.
Yeah, you,
You
do.
really
My
do.
mom looks killer.
Your dad also looks very young.
Yeah, he
They
does.
both
He's
look
82.
very,
but my
very
mom
young.
like doesn't really have like she's got gray hair, but not a ton. She's just beautiful.
She's got beautiful skin.
She does, and I feel like if I take after her, I'm not gonna I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
Like I want to just be my authentic self. I don't want to like pull and.
I feel the same. I feel like I won't say never, but like if I can hold off on doing it, I will do it.
Like if the shit hits the fan one day and I'm like, oh man, my neck
Right.
needs to be pulled back, like I'll go
Because
and
that
do it.
happens at our age, right?
Well,
we
it's
wake
happening
up
with
and
the
we're
weight
like,
loss now.
yeah, with the weight loss.
I got like a
yeah.
chicken neck.
Yeah.
I'm like, what
but
the
even
hell?
before that, like I remember like a little after 45, I woke up and I was like, I didn't look like this yesterday. Like in the mirror, like these lines are a little bit deeper, but I'm trying to. The same struggle that we always have, right?
Yeah.
It's like trying to love yourself
You just got
at
like
any age, at any
love
time.
us,
and-
like love us for who we are. I mean, I was just
Yeah.
at the dermatologist for my 6-month skin scan,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna give you the name of like another dermatologist. You know, you could do some like to lighten the pigment in your skin." I'm like, "No, I'm good. I'll
Yeah.
take the rosacea. I'll take the
Yeah.
freckles. Don't give me my
Thank you.
freckles. Like this is who I am.
Yeah.
I don't
I
want to
love
all of a
that.
sudden show up and I like don't look like who
You
I
have
am.
like
Dina.
porcelain skin,
like,
no
what's that?
freckles.
Yeah.
like my
milk-
face is still and like I can't move with
Right.
the Botox in the forehead.
Right.
No.
No. Imagine how the laughs would be. You'd be
Oh
like,
my
"Ha, ha,
god!
ha."
Oh my god! My laugh is like guttural.
No
like
good,
it
yeah.
comes from below. Like you start fucking with my face and shit pulls. It's not gonna be good. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I think
Fair
I have
enough.
Good, I think I have good genes, but I don't have a crazy skin routine. I know that over the years you guys have talked to me about like different skincare and
No, but
this-
you're like it's not
Yeah.
me. It's not for me.
just because I'm not good at like the follow through and the maintenance. Because it's like exciting for the first 3 days and then I like completely derail.
Yeah.
So I'm
respect
very
it.
like minimalistic in my skin routine.
I think that also says something too when like somebody knows it's not for them. Right. Like
I
I'm-
want it to be for me. I want it to be like I feel like I'd be cool if I
Yeah.
was like, oh, I'm using what is it, Augustine Bader? Or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
the
yeah.
hell. Like I'm using Elf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's $9
Because it
at
feels
Target.
right. Yeah,
It
yeah,
feels
yeah.
good.
Because it feels right. Good
Yeah.
for you, Deans.
Yeah, you know what? At this point in my life, I've kind of focused like what I want to spend money on, and not that I don't like, when I'm spending money on clothes or my makeup. But like now that I've met the love of my life, like I want to travel. I want to go to great restaurants so I can come here and tell Marcella all about them.
Yes, please keep doing
Because
that.
I'm telling her places to go.
Yeah, I
Which is
trust your
weird.
recommendations. No, you have such good recommendations for restaurants, especially. So keep going.
I don't know. It's just because I love food
good.
and I just really like authentically appreciate like a good meal. But I don't want to go to a place where it's like these weird ingredients and they're putting shit on there with like a tweezer.
Yeah, a
Like, I don't-
tweezer.
Like, a thing of, I don't even know.
Yeah,
like, I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
want that.
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
want good. But when I go somewhere good, I make sure that I come in here and I'm like,
love
you
it.
Share it
gotta
with
go.
everybody.
Yeah.
I love those chats. Yeah.
Deansy, how do people find you if they want to work with you? If they're looking for a spot for their businesses,
Yeah.
how do people
I'd love
find
that.
you?
They can find me on Instagram. My handle, and I don't know why this is what it is called The Connected Contessa.
Who doesn't love that?
Because back, a
Yeah,
while ago,
a
I
long time
wanted
ago.
to start a food
blog.
Yeah.
And
I love the Barefoot Contessa, Ina Garten. I think she's fantastic. So I
the
wanted
best.
to be like her. So connected, also like a little wink wink to the Italian, like I'm connected. I'm not, by the way, but Connected Contessa. So that's where you can find me.
On Instagram.
On Instagram, yeah. And I don't throw a lot of stuff on there. I talk about places I've gone or things I do with friends and family or just stuff. It's not always like super quotes, some like motivational, like women's empowerment quotes, stuff like
Right.
that. But that's where you'd find me.
So
yeah.
even if you don't need a commercial real estate spot,
Yeah.
but you just want a good restaurant recommendation
you
or a
gotta give
good
me a-
pizza recommendation,
Oh my God. Meet
reach
me at
out
La
to
Gondola.
Dina. Yep. We should have a meet and greet with Dina at La
Oh
Gondola.
my God. They have a reserve table for the owners. Like, I want my own table.
Do you think we could get the owners to smile at us? Hey, La Gondola owners, give us a smile.
You know what? When I went to get the pizza tonight, I almost said, listen, I'm going to shout out your business on a podcast
Yeah.
tonight. But I think they just would have looked at me like I had 12 heads.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, they would have grunted.
They're not so smiley, but it's okay because they put the perfect amount of garlic in their marinara.
My dad said the fried calamari is like nothing I've ever had.
Really?
Tried.
Yeah.
Okay.
I told my
Next time.
dad. Now he's like obsessed too.
So good.
I know.
Well, guys, thanks for letting me be a little bit Italian in between you guys, and maybe like
I've always found it fascinating that you not secretly. In fact,
Not
it's very
secretly.
it's very
Yeah.
open. You want to be
Oh
Italian.
yes, somebody tells me their Italian last name, I will audibly be like, ooh. Like, I'm like, spell it for me.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love that.
Dina, I love you.
Erica, I love you. And Marcella.
I love you,
You guys
Dina.
are the best.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much for
coming.
being with us and for bringing us pizza.
Yeah.
La Gondola pizza.
Anybody who wants to eat pizza with me, just DM me.
DM the Connected Contessa. Love you, Dean.
Love you.
Thank you for listening to the Luminous Life podcast. If you're in North Jersey and looking for beauty that feels like therapy, come visit us at the store. You can always follow us on your favorite podcast app or check us out on YouTube.